Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving deep into the weird, wild, and wonderful world of animal anatomy. You might think you know the basics, but trust me, nature has some serious curveballs hidden up its sleeve. So, get ready to have your mind blown as we explore some of the most incredible things you probably did unknow about the animal body. Let's start with a classic! The octopus. We all know they have 8 arms. But did you know they have 3 hearts? That's right! 3? 2 hearts work exclusively to pump blood through the gills, while the third, larger heart circulates it to the rest of the body. And what's even stranger is that the main heart actually stops beating when the octopus swims. Scientists think this is why they often prefer to crawl along the seabeds. Swimming is just too exhausting when your heart takes a break. And speaking of hearts, let's talk about the biggest one on the planet. The blue whale's heart is the size of a small car and weighs nearly 1,500 pounds. Its heartbeat is so powerful, it can be detected from over 2 miles away with sonar equipment. Each beat pumps about 60 gallons of blood. Imagine a bathtub full of blood that's what one single beat moves through its massive body. It's a true marvel of biological engineering. But it's not all about size. Let's get small for a second and talk about the humble snail. These little guys might seem simple, but their mouths are anything but. A snail's mouth contains a structure called a radula, which is basically a ribbon covered in thousands of microscopic teeth. Depending on the species, a snail can have anywhere from 1,000 to over 20,000 teeth. They use this tooth-covered tongue to scrape, cut, and drill into their food. So next time you see a snail in your garden, remember, it's armed with more teeth than a great white shark. Speaking of sharks, let's clear up a common myth. You've probably heard that sharks don't have bones. And that's true. Their skeletons are made entirely of cartilage, the same flexible stuff you have in your nose and ears. This makes them lighter and more flexible than bony fish, allowing for those incredibly sharp turns and bursts of speed when they're hunting. It has a brilliant evolutionary advantage that has kept them at the top of the food chain for millions of years. Now, from the ocean to the sky. Have you ever wondered how birds can sleep on a tree branch without falling off? It's all thanks to a special locking mechanism in their feet. When a bird lands on a branch and bends its knees, its tendons automatically tighten, causing the toes to curl and grip the perch tightly. This grip is completely involuntary and requires no effort to maintain. They could literally sleep through a storm and not lose their footing. It's like having built-in automatic safety clamps 4 feet. Let's move on to an animal that's practically a living fossil. The platypus. This creature is a grab bag of bizarre features. It lays eggs like a reptile, has a bill like a duck, a tail like a beaver, and webbed feet. But one of its weirdest traits is that it sweats milk. That's not a typo. Platypuses are mammals, but they don't have nipples. Instead, milk is secreted from pores in their skin, and the babies simply lap it up from their mother's fur. It's one of the most primitive forms of nursing in the entire animal kingdom. Ready for another mindbender? A cockroach can live for a week without its head. This isn't just some urban legend. It's a creepy biological fact. Unlike humans, who need their heads for breathing and blood pressure control, cockroaches breathe through little holes in their body segments called Their circulatory system is also open, so they aren't prone to bleeding out. The roach will eventually die, but not from decapitation itself. It will die of thirst because it can no longer drink water. Still, pretty incredible, right? How about an animal that can essentially live forever? The Torotopsis dohrnii, also known as the immortal jellyfish, has a unique party trick. When it gets old, sick, or faces extreme stress, it can revert back to its earliest stage of life, a polyp, and start its life cycle all over again. It's like a butterfly turning back into a caterpillar. This biological immortality means that, barring being eaten by a predator, it could theoretically live forever, cycling between its adult and juvenile forms. Let's talk about giraffes! Their long necks are iconic, but they create a few biological challenges. To pump blood all the way up to their brains, giraffes have incredibly powerful hearts and the highest blood pressure of any land animal. But what happens when they bend down to drink water? Without a special system, The rush of blood to their head would be catastrophic. Giraffes have a complex network of vessels and valves called the rete mirabili in their neck that regulates blood flow, preventing them from passing out or suffering brain damage every time they take a sip. And finally, let's talk about our own pets. Ever notice how a cat can squeeze through impossibly tight spaces? It's because they don't have a rigid collarbone. Their clavicles are tiny, free-floating bones that aren't connected to their other bones, giving their shoulders incredible flexibility. The general rule is, if a cat can fit its head through an opening, the rest of its body can follow. Their whiskers also act as built-in rulers, helping them gauge the width of a space before they even attempt to go through. From immortal jellyfish and three-hearted octopuses to birds with locking feet and snails with thousands of teeth, the animal kingdom is filled with biological designs that are more ingenious and bizarre than anything we could invent. Nature is truly the greatest innovator. That's all the time we have for today. I hope you learned something new and fascinating. Which of these animal facts surprised you the most? Let me know down in the comments. And if you enjoyed this journey into the wild side of biology, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell so you never miss another adventure. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.